Hello guys, and welcome to Getting Your Sexy Back, a show where we answer all your bedroom questions. My name is Chepto Ekboyo, and with me I have Cathy Holden. She is a relationship, addiction and sex therapist. Welcome to the show, Cathy.
Oh, thank you, Chepto.
Karibu,
Great
karibu.
introduction.
After several cuts. So now, I asked a few of my friends to send me questions, and the questions were a ton of them. So I shortlisted a few of them, which we're going to discuss today. Please help people in the bedroom.
Okay, awesome.
They're suffering. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Is it safe to use saliva as a lubricant? And this is especially to the guys who are in the bedroom and things are not working so well down there. And the man decides to do that. Is it safe?
Well, although people think it is, because it's saliva, it's coming from your own body, it's not really safe. Because one of the things that it can do is it can introduce infections, make you more susceptible to UTIs. So one of the things that you need to do is, if you are experiencing a little bit of dryness, two things. You might not be ready for sex, so have a little bit more of foreplay to get aroused, to get turned on, and then use a silicone or a water-based lubricant.
Okay. So if you're not yet in that place where everything is working, like you're not wet, lube is the best option.
Yes.
But what if the man does not want to use the lubricant, doesn't want to have, is not used to foreplay, or does not know what to do in the bedroom to jumpstart it? What can the lady do?
Okay, so I think a lot of us are, some people are not comfortable using sexual aids and toys. But one of the things that you want to try and remember is that you want your partner to be as comfortable as possible. And sometimes, you see, and because of the way the vagina works, we need to be ready for sex as women. And if you try and have intercourse when there is still, there's a little bit of vaginal dryness, it'll be uncomfortable. It'll also painful. It'll also irritate, and it can lead to tearing and even infections. So if you are having sex with somebody, it's always great to kind of be on the same page with that and be compassionate and understanding. Yeah. And it's a new thing, but just like writing with your right hand all your life, it doesn't mean that you can't write with your left hand, right? With practice and openness.
Okay. So guys, stop doing the saliva thing, especially for guys. Just ask. Just do the foreplay. The lady will automatically become wet. Oh, and I forgot. What if the lady has issues of dryness?
Okay. Well, most of the time, dryness is associated with not readiness for sex. So spend a little bit of time. I'm saying
in terms of having dryness as a medical condition.
Okay.
Yes.
So if dryness is part of a medical condition, or you feel that it is, go and see your gynecologist, because there are things that the gynecologist can help you with, or even a medical doctor, to allow you to feel more lubricated. But one of the things that we need to do more of is normalize the use of lubricants. They're, and especially the water-based or silicone-based ones, they feel almost like the natural thing. And it's not that there's something wrong with you if you're constantly, if you have vaginal dryness. It's just sometimes you're just not ready for sex. If it's a persistent problem, seek some medical attention.
Okay. Yeah. Now, Kenya's most searched word on Google was how to kiss. Apparently, we have a big problem and we do not know how to kiss, so everyone is going to search for that. What's the best way to kiss?
Okay.
Let's start with a simple peck to a French and then to a full-blown erotic kiss.
Do you know there are 6 different ways to kiss?
Oh,
Yes.
I didn't know. Okay. I'm getting educated.
There are 6 different ways to kiss. In preparation of kissing, of course, always gain consent. Really important. And after gaining consent, do a little bit of care, hygiene. Okay, brush your teeth. Take care of make sure your lips are soft, because that is what is going to be engaging in kissing. Make sure your breath is fresh too, or sweet. You can choose something nice, because a lot of the time, we're using our senses, and our senses get turned on by these things. So
because the moment I get closer to someone for that kiss, my first sense is smell. No, actually, seeing.
Yeah.
How is the mouth? Is it clean?
Yeah.
Is it rough? Does it have pimples and all that? The next is smell, because now I'm way closer. And then?
Yeah. And then, so what you can do is once you gain consent, you can lean in closer. And, you can start with just a peck, a simple peck, okay? Either to the cheek, closer to the mouth. So what you're doing is you're progressively moving closer. Okay. The other thing that you can also use is your hands, okay? Touch, because remember, touch is one of the 5 senses. So touching the face or touching the neck, or even holding somebody the shoulders as well. It's, it's very erotic and it feels really good. And it builds up to, using the tongue. Yes. Which you can introduce, and then it can go from your tongue can rub against the other person, but as your other person's tongue. But when you're introducing tongue, do it gently. Everything
don't force it.
Yes, everything needs to be gentle. And the 6 different ways to kiss. So there's the ear kiss. Okay, so when you're doing the ear kiss, be very mindful. Hearing is one of our senses.
Most essential.
So try not to breathe, very deeply into somebody's ear, because it can, damage their eardrum and just make it really uncomfortable, where they'll be pulling away from you rather than getting close.
Okay.
Yes. And then there is the around the world face kiss. So you can kiss the entire face, because remember, kissing is not just for the mouth.
So is there a specific way to do the around the face? Does it start from the forehead? You go around?
You can be as creative as you'd like to be. You can start with a peck on the lips and then move sideways. You can come towards the ear kiss, okay? And then move up towards the face on the forehead. You've heard of the forehead kiss?
Very fatherly.
Yes. And then you can move to the rest of the face, where you focus on the chin and just on this area of the cheek, which is quite erotic as well. Now another one is the neck kiss. So from there you can move down towards the neck.
That one sounds more like something I'm familiar with. Okay. Let me not.
Yes. And remember, if you are going to bite any part of the face, the neck, be gentle. It's important to be gentle. If your partner is into hickeys, that's also okay. This is where you can introduce the hickeys. There are also different kind of hickeys that you can do. Some of them require a lot of pressure, less pressure. And, it's going to leave a mark, especially if you're very tough on the skin. So make sure that your partner is actually okay with that.
Yeah, because people have to go to offices.
Absolutely.
After this.
So another one that you can do is the around the world body kiss.
Okay.
Yes. So this is where you kiss the entire body. And a lot of us kind of think that, we go for the erogenous zones. We go for the breasts, we go for the genitals.
And then it's done.
Yeah.
You forget other important parts.
Absolutely. But for example, the inner thigh, very erotic. Where the pelvis region is, very erotic. The stomach, the back, the lower back, the back of the thigh, your calves. These are all areas that can be very sensitive if done very slowly and carefully. So just, and it's all about experimentation. Really.
And there's a difference between a kiss that is erotic and a kiss that is, what do I call it? more laughable, ticklish, because
fun.
some people will react it differently.
Yes.
They'll be laughing all through, and the guy is like, or the lady is like, but I'm trying something. Why are you laughing? It's supposed to be.
And this is the thing, kissing is supposed to be fun. There's the whole eroticism around it, but then there's also fun. There's also the caring bit, the nurturing bit. And this is all something that you can experience with a partner. So don't be afraid to experiment. Then there's the little wet kiss. Okay. And the little wet kiss is applying or using a little bit of saliva wherever you are, whichever part of the body you are. So it's almost like, and it's pressing your lips together, but applying a little bit of wetness, so a little bit of saliva. You can do that virtually anywhere. Okay. Absolutely erotic, and it can also get you in the mood. Remember, this is part of foreplay. Okay? Yeah. And then finally, the extended wet kiss, which is where we go in with the tongue.
Full French.
Yes.
So if and the wet, because we complain a lot. And we say, oh, this guy is a bad kisser because all over my lips I'm too wet. When is the wet essential? Is it outside, like when someone is chewing you and you don't want to be chewed, or more like spitting? How what is the correct wetness when kissing?
Okay. Well, it's a really good question. But it's kind of like saying, what's the normal way to kiss? The only normal way to kiss is normal to you. And that's one of the reasons when you are kissing, it's important to give feedback and also be open to receiving feedback on kissing. So if you're giving if you're kissing and it's too wet and your partner, and also be kind when you're saying that. Don't pull away and say, oh, you're too wet. Because that that's going to cause everything to go back to zero. And what you're doing is kind of like building progressively towards pleasure and desire and eroticism. So it's important for you to be very kind on that. Do a little gesture when you're giving feedback and receiving feedback. Kind of think through how you would like to give and receive it, and then give that to your partner.
So guys, be open to correctness. Musikuwe stiff sana. Anyway, our third and last question. After sex hygiene, what should men and women do? Should we just go straight to bed? Should we check in the shower? Should we use a towel? What's the correct way?
Okay. Well, there are recommended things that you can do just to avoid things like UTIs, irritation, just using a damp cloth, for example, afterwards, and just wiping the genital area. Ladies, please don't douche. It's not, the vagina is self-cleaning, so it'll get back to its normal kind of pH and, feeling and smell and everything else in a bit of time, so don't douche. Please go and use the bathroom, urinate.
So immediately go release.
Yes, release. So urinate or pee, whatever language that you prefer to use. But please do that, and men as well. Men with foreskin, you can also use a wet towel or
uncircumcised guys.
Yes. So you can just pull the foreskin back and wipe it, so that you ensure that it's clean. And it's not to say that straight after sex, you're both jumping out of the bed into the shower. Oh, I need to clean myself. But these are things that you can, you can
continue to cuddle.
Yes.
But cleanliness is important after.
And you know what? Clean each other. There's nothing more wonderful than that, because you've started having sex together, and there was a lot of, there's oral, then there's intercourse, there's lots of kissing. So, have some aftercare too. You were engaged with the pre-stuff, so why don't you kind of do the after stuff together too, and then fall asleep cuddling, if that's your thing.
Okay. Guys, you've heard. Thank you for watching this episode. Make sure you engage with us, comment hapo kwa comment section, and every week we will have this video. See you guys on the next, and subscribe. Bye.